Have you ever desired to show off something you created, like we'll say in racing, or in this case even sim racing? While on the track, simulator, hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you've ever needed to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear is your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even hats, they go the extra mile. Custom race shoes to gloves and even kart suits, Abruzzi has the supplies to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can even have your own name embroidered just the way you want it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of sim apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look today at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, your wear, your way.
And green flag is out, Lee.
Johnson and Piston will lead them down to the line, now into one. Green flag.
Yes, we
Missed
do.
that. As we come to the line. Oh, spin!
Yellow.
Whitley into Bisson, into McQuarter, and a caution.
Oh, no.
Pace car comes off. Here we go. Nice start there by Brian Johnson. Yingling in second position. Hunter looking to get that nose underneath before they go into one.
Well, here we go, Lee. Green, white, checkered.
2-lap shootout. Bring him to the line. Johnson to the inside. Vincent to the outside. Bunch up the field. Come out of four. Johnson on the gas first. Will cross the line. We have 1 lap remaining.
Does he do the bump and run?
Oh, he spun him! Bisson spun Johnson, got hit by McQuarter, no yellow. We're going to race it to the line. Oh, and there goes Cedric Hunter. McQuarter spins as well. Bisson almost gets sideways. Will win the first with Whitley second. Levi Cox third. Larry Yingling fourth. What in the world happened on the last lap?
We're searching every way, can out, we're sure to find inside.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
welcome race fans here to round number 2 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with World Series of Sim Racing League, as we got 2 more weeks to go after tonight. After an iconic race we had last week at Martinsville, it shuffled up the points, it showed off the points, it showed some strong drivers, some drivers falling in the back, some drivers falling all the way to the back, and trying to rebound back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight here for round number 2 of World Series of Sim Racing League. I'm happy to bring you up in the booth with me tonight. Gonna have the great old Joe gonna be joining us, and everybody knows good old Lee Tidwell joining me in the booth here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
And high atop the press box we are as we begin to watch a little bit more practice here for the second round of the playoffs. We just saw the recap and saw what happened last week. Let's tell you about tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 77 degrees, 48% humidity under a partly cloudy sky, wind at 7 miles an hour. And as you said, Robert, myself, Lee Tidwell, Robert Moya Jr., and Joe McAdory joining us here this evening as we get set for round 2 of the playoffs for the World Series of Sim Racing. What a finish last week during the restart and the green-white checker. There was carnage, there was mayhem, there was controversy, but yet here we come into week number 2 of the playoffs. Larry Yingling continues to lead. Alex Bisson jumping all the way up to 2nd position. Brian Johnson falling down to 3rd. It's going to be a wild night tonight here in Charlotte.
It's good to be back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, that's for sure. Now, this is the first time this series has been at the track this season. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting.
That is correct. All right, Lee. Well, I got the points up here for everybody to see it. I'm sure they didn't miss it in the beginning, but you can see where the points are standing here right now. Round number 2 here. And like we said, we had a big night last week on Saturday night, and it was what an ending.
Hey.
So everybody tune in. What's that?
Those points are from
Messed
last
up.
week.
I thought so. I was going to say, my points don't look the same as yours.
So as we look at the standings, I'll give you a quick rundown from the recap. Larry Yingling in first place at 2,052 points, 5 points ahead of second place Alex Bisson. Brian Johnson at 2041, Mark Whitley at 2040. Cedric Hutter in 5th position at 2036. Joseph McWhorter up to 6th at 2035. Zach Hall 2032, tied with Bob Skinner 2032 for 7th position. James Hackworth Jr. up 1 position to 9 at 2030, and Chuck Sweeting in 10th position at 2028. And that's going to be your playoff points rundown for the evening. Before we get set here, as we get ready for qualifying, or are we qualifying?
No, not yet. Not yet. But I do apologize on the points. I did update them, and apparently they reverted back to the old ones for some reason. Well, you know, software sometimes acts up.
Guys, it was a possibility earlier that one of the points leaders may not be with us tonight on the track.
Yes.
Yeah, Brian Johnson is having some storm issues. The 28th is registered to the session, but not on the track as of yet, as qualifying has begun here at Charlotte. The number 38 of Swaverly he's always the first one out to qualify. But it should be an interesting concept tonight, Joe, when you think about 167 laps at Charlotte, your typical 1.5 mile D-shaped oval, but everyone says typical, but each one of these tracks are so different, and even the turns are different. The way you attack 1 and 2 is completely different than the way you attack 3 and 4 here at Charlotte.
Yes. And say if you don't qualify, if you don't make it to qualifying, and you have to start in the back, you've got 167 laps to make it up, so he should be okay.
So we're starting to get some times will be laid down as Swaverly will be the first one across the line. He will set the benchmark at a 29.759. Mark Whitley now 29.227. with the quick time. Jeff Gilmore, 29.421. As we got a lot more coming across now. The 32 of Joseph McWhorter will lay down a time. McWhorter's time. Actually, that was his warm-up lap. No. Yeah, it was. See, and that's what happens, Joe. I get ahead of myself, and I just continue to talk about things that really don't exist in the moment. Joseph McWhorter on his warm-up lap.
Well, what do you think early in this race? Do you think some of these drivers may want to start thinking about tire wear just a little bit? They don't want to go out there and run the hot lap super early and burn up their tires because they got a long way to go.
I think staying out of trouble and staying in the top 10 is going to be key. A lot of these races lately, especially, have come down to late cautions or even green, white, checkered finishes. So being able to kind of set yourself up to have the most at the end of a race to take advantage of that, I think could end up being a key for tonight. Levi Cox now on the pole with a 29.173. McWhorter in second, 29.208. Mark Whitley in third. So we continue to have some laps being put down. Yet to qualify, Zach Hall, Cedric Hunter, Brandon Mullen. That's a new driver, I think. David Cossia, James Hackworth Jr., Chuck Sweeting, and then the ever waiting for the number 28 of Brian Johnson. Will he make it on time for the start?
Well, even if he doesn't, and if he makes it right at the start, I tell you, that's not always a bad place to be at the catbird seat, because if there is carnage early, he will not be involved in it. And this could benefit him if he makes it at all.
Points leader Larry Yingling on the track now. Drops down the second fastest lap with a 29.206. So Levi Cox will hold that pole position for the moment at a 1.73. But yeah, they're running some quick times out there.
Yeah, and Levi was he finished third in last week's race, and Larry Yingling, he led 63 laps, finished fourth. So you're going to have a lot of looks like some of the top guys starting right here near the front again.
So more laps being laid down. We've got 15 drivers who have laid qualifying times down. And we got about a minute. And don't forget about the great set of sponsors that makes it possible for us to bring you the World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting each and every Saturday night. I'm going to find it. There it is. They are the Gamer2 by the ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20. That's Freaky with two E's. FreakyFast20 for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. Also brought to you by Abruzzi. Abruzzi USA, ABRUZZI, USA.com. Your wear, your way. Use promo code FreakyFast for 20% off order over $30. Sim racing gloves and apparel, karting gloves, karting boots, personalized item, team apparel. You've got to check them out. It's going to be AbruziUSA.com. And also brought to you by iPitting and the iPitting board. Check out iPitting at iPitting.com. Robert, we have a starting grid for this evening, sir.
Yes, we do. We're going to bring it up right now. There you go, Mr. Lee Tidwell.
And on the pole position with a 29.173 will be Levi Cox. Larry Yingling will be starting in second. The 32 of Joseph McWhorter in third. The 7th of Mark Whitley will start in fourth. The number 1 of Brandon Colley will begin in fifth. In sixth position, the 13 of Cedric Hunter. Virgin Margim in the 88 will begin seventh. Jonathan Smith will start eighth in that number 33 machine. The 54 of Cody Cox will begin ninth. In 10th, Troy Torgerson in the number 98. The number 5 of Zach Hall will start 11th. Chuck Sweeting, the number 26th and 12th. John Mullins is 64 and 13th, and 14th, Jeff Gilmore in his number 57. Richard Swaverly in 15th position at the number 38. The number 28 of Brian Johnson did not lay down a time. Neither did Bob Skinner, Dave Acacia, Brandon Mullen, and James Hackworth Jr. So as we look at the field, I want to see who we got out there. Who
What do
we
you
got?
mean?
Okay, I see Dave. So I see David is number 20. I see Brandon Mullen. There's Bob Skinner's out there. The Brian Johnson, James Hackworth Jr.
There's
just popped in. Whoa. That was close. So Hackworth Jr. playoff contender pops into the server. We'll put Johnson starting 21st, not in the race as of yet.
Looking on pit road, and I do not see his car.
Yeah, he has not logged in yet, as we're waiting to see. He's still got some time yet. He is on the server, so that's a good sign. So let's hopefully the internet gets fixed there for him. But gentlemen, we are about ready to go 167 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, one of the favorite tracks on the schedule for a lot of drivers out there. It's an easy track to drive, but it can be a tough track to drive. So, but I come across it as being a very drivable track for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we should see some good side-by-side racing here. The draft will come into effect. Not as much as a super speedway, but the draft does affect these cars here at this track. Turns 1 and 2, the same but different from 3 and 4. Different banking, different lines you're going to be running, and then of course you've got that little D front stretch there that a lot of mayhem can happen. As we come around 3 and 4, we will start off Levi Cox and Larry Yingling on the front row, McWhorter Whitley in the second, Collie Hunter in the third. Alex Bisson asked about the yellow numbers. Alex, it helps us out tremendously to know which guys are in the playoffs. Here we go. Joe McAdory, Robert Morgan, Lee Tidwell here with the World Series of Sim Racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 167 laps as we will go green flag. Levi Cox will be on the inside as we go into 1. Yingling will stay on that high side line. Cedric Cutter will be the first one to switch lines and move down to the inside, put him in 6th position. McWhorter and Yingling will be side by side. McWhorter right to the tail end of Levi Cox. We come down the backstretch. McWhorter looking to the inside of Cox. Cox will slam that door. Whitley will move up into the 4th position, passing Collie. Now coming across the start-finish line to finish lap number 1. The race will be for the lead. McWhorter and Levi Cox. McWhorter will have him by 2/100ths of a second that time around, but pulls out his lead into 1 and 2. Joe, these guys, they figured out it's really the restarts, that first start on cold tires is treacherous around this track, and these guys seem to be pushing it exactly how far it needs to go. But Levi Cox starting to slide back in his pack a little bit.
Yeah, but you don't want to push it over that line. You've got 165 more laps now, but you're battling for the points here. You could have a really bad day really fast because you make a quick mistake.
Had a blinker there. Levi Cox kind of blinked in and out. We will come down the backstretch. The race will be for the lead. Yingling on the inside, McWhorter on the high side into 3. Whitley will drop down to the inside, and Cox blinks again.
Yeah, he is. He is. It's not good. It's like Yingling, looks like he's satisfied for being in 2nd or 3rd right now.
But Whitley's not. Whitley's going to drop to the inside, take the 2nd position from Yingling, who will slide down in front of Levi Cox. And that will set your top 5. McWhorter, Whitley, Yingling. Cox blinked. Now he's back. He's in 4th again. Collie will round out your top 5. Cedric Hunter in 6th position, right behind the leaders, along with Jonathan Smith in the 33, who has now caught up with this lead pack.
Yeah, Whitley, he looks like he's going after the lead here. He's looking for a place to pass.
He absolutely is, as Levi Cox continues to blink on the track pretty hard here.
Yeah, those racers usually don't like racing with someone doing that.
Well, we've seen Larry Yingling lose a race this year because of someone that blinked and he couldn't hook up for the draft. in the final lap. So it's definitely something that will happen here. And Mark Whitley looking to make his move into one. Underneath McWhorter, side by side, door to door. He tips the back end of McWhorter, who does an excellent job at saving that. Collie will go down underneath Whitley and now challenge for the lead. Here comes Levi Cox underneath Whitley. We've got a Hornet's Nest in 3 and 4. It's Collie and McWhorter out of 4. Door to door, going to the start-finish line. Collie looking to move up several positions. It will take the second spot. Yingling to the high side now behind McWhorter. Wow, that was crazy.
It is awful early in this race to be doing that.
Yeah, but it's fun though.
Yeah. Well, you got to give McWhorter some credit. He didn't just hang on to the car. He hung on to the lead.
Hung on to the lead, so McWhorter comes out of that almost unscathed. Maybe a slight damage on that left rear. But Brandon Collie went all the way up to second, but now might lose that to Larry Yingling, who's looking strong on that high side. But not going to happen in 1 and 2. Collie will secure second position. Now Levi Cox is going to battle Larry Yingling for third.
Yeah, it looks like the one car had a great run off of 2, but he's letting the 32 get away now.
Yeah, Joseph McWhorter looking to extend the distance. 0.3 of a second right now. Ticking up to 0.4 as we go into 1 and 2.
Well, it looks like Levi Cox has gotten the blinking problem fixed, and he's running down the top 2.
Well, Brian Johnson not starting this race because of internet issues with storms and such. So we're seeing some different issues.
You can only hope it's storms, because if it ain't, it's your computer.
Yeah, I would hate for my computer to just go kaput. That would be so upsetting. I love my computer. I named my computer. My computer's name is Saitama. I don't know if you watch anime, but that's the main character of One Punch Man, Saitama.
I don't know what anime is.
Oh, man. So, yeah. We use a lot of anime music here on Freaking Fast Broadcasting.
Yeah, we do. Well, you can see 10. This track is very racy, gentlemen. And this is what Charlotte brings here. It's a very, very racy track. It's got good grip out there. You can see Mark's trying to figure out how to get by Levi Cox there. But basically, it looks like we got everybody single file now.
Yeah, they have shaking about, and Levi's looking to get that nose on the inside. Joe, without that draft on that bottom side, I'm not sure if Levi's going to have enough 2, 3, and 4.
It's going to be tough. He's got some hill coming up now, but I think one car is going to hold him off down the stretch. Well,
it'll be lap
side by side.
Of 167. We cross the line. Collie holds on to second for the moment. But Levi Cox on the inside with Cedric Hunter right behind him. Mark Whitley will stay high. And now here comes Larry Yingling right up behind him. They have managed to lower the gap to McWhorter to 0.2 of a second, now 0.1 of a second.
Well, you got to give these guys some credit. As tight racing as they've done here for the first few laps, they haven't had an incident. If this was a regular NIS race, we've got 2 cautions by now.
That's very true. That's very true, Joe. But this is what World Series of Sim Racing can bring. These guys, high I ratings, great group of guys. Whoa, Brandon Collie into the wall.
I looked away for a split second. Collie scrapes the wall, slides back to 4th. Yingling looking to power underneath him out of 4 to take over the 4th position. But yeah, just a little misjudge there by Collie. He gets a kiss on that outside wall.
Cox has nothing between him now in the leader.
And Cedric Hunter has come up to 3rd position. Coming down the backstretch. The front 3 cars.
There he goes.
And there goes Levi down to the bottom. Good call there, Joe. Levi Cox to the bottom side. Cedric Hunter will follow him. We have 3 playoff drivers. Make it 4 playoff drivers in your top 4 spots right now.
Levi Cox is not one of those, so he has nothing to lose.
Come out of 2. They're going to be door to door. Hunter will slide to the top side. see if he stays up there. We're real close to each other. Quarterback got sucked in a little bit there, had to lift. It's going to give Levi Cox the opportunity to completely overtake first position, and now Cedric Hunter will overtake second. Yingling to the inside.
Yeah, here comes
Looking for
Larry.
third.
Maybe he's tired of being back there. He's ready to get some open air.
That
This will be a good opportunity to see. Now Cox is in front. Can he go ahead and pull away? Because he's brought himself from fifth, sixth, whatever when he was blinking. Now he is up front. Can he get away from the 13 car in the rest of the field?
I
The
think
13
draft
car.
plays. I think draft plays a big key here, guys. Sorry, Lee, didn't mean to interrupt you, but I
you're
also
fine.
think we're 17 laps into this. This is about the time where these tires are, you got what you got now. You know what your tires are doing. You know what the car is doing, and we're going from late evening to, early nighttime. So these cars are going to be going through a shift and a change as we get under the lights, and we'll see if some cars fall back. Some cars might get faster. I just know this track is so racy. Like, if we would have to call somebody to win this race, honestly, I won't even know who to pick out of the whole field, to be honest with you, because this track just reminds me of so much of a Talladega and Daytona. Each car is equal. If you look at all these guys' lap times, 31 flats, 31 ones. I mean, everybody's running the same speed, so you really can't get away from nobody.
No. I'll give the 13 some credit, too. He's put himself out front, and I think Yingling might put himself out front within the next 10 laps.
Yeah, I mean, how many lead changes have we had? 3, 4, maybe 5? I don't know. We've had a ton of lead changes already. Lap 19 of 167. And Cedric Hunter in first position at the moment. They have pulled some distance from fourth place McWhorter. McWhorter's back about a second, a tenth of a second. No, a second? No, yes, a second back from Cedric Hunter. Have you ever argued with yourself live on the internet? It's an amazing feeling. You got to try it sometime, Jeff.
Argued myself many times behind the wheel.
Should I pit
man.
or shouldn't I pit? Should I pit or shouldn't I pit?
Here comes Larry. Larry to the inside, going to pass Cox with ease. I think Levi meant to let him on by there. He's like, go ahead, Larry. Gave him the wave around. And
Well,
now
right
here
now.
comes.
Right now, it doesn't matter that much as long as you can get away from the field and just keep yourself safe. What's going to matter is the last 50 laps.
Why can't you let me be jazzed on lap 20, man?
Well, I give Larry some credit. I think he's tired of being behind these guys, and he's going to put himself out front here in the next 2 or 3 laps.
We come into 3 and 4. McWhorter is starting to catch back up with the pack now. This front field. And then we move it on back to the number 7 of Mark Whitley. Whitley battling with Colley. This is going to be for 5th position. Behind them, Vernon and John Mullins.
Yeah, we got a pack of, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th?
Yeah.
12.
Mark Whitley. Whitley back to Mullins, to the 98 of Torgerson. That's 11th. Sweeting, Bisson. Yeah. All the way back to the Cassia. I mean, we really want to look at it. So these front 4 have really pulled the gap over the rest of the field, and it's kind of showing dominance here. And everybody else is racing. Whitley. Whoa, Whitley didn't have the run there. Vernon had to check up. Zach Hall had to check up. It goes all the way down. Torgerson had to check up.
At this point, I start to wonder how tires are playing an impact.
Yeah, I mean, 24 laps of green flag, all out running. But, it's Charlotte. It's a rhythm course. And you get your rhythm, you adjust your rhythm as you go. These guys are pros at that, no matter what track we're at. But you'll see some more than others that will conserve. So that's something we're going to start looking at in the next, 3 to 5 laps. What's this group do that's back here behind the front 4? Right now, we're 1.6 seconds behind.
All right.
So-
And the leader, Cedric Hunter, his lap times have fallen off by 2 seconds from the beginning of the race. And I'm sure that's happened for a lot of guys, but I just wonder 10 more laps from now, where are we going to be?
Yeah, Mark Whitley with the fastest lap of the race, fastest lap last go around as well. It'll be lap 26 of 167 when we cross the line. Zach Hall looking to make a little bit of a move here. He's up to 9th, up 2 positions. And now down to the inside of Vernon. Nope, take that back. That was Mullins. Passing Mullins and now pulling up to the back of Vernon Margin. And that number 88 machine, who's been sitting in 7th position this whole time going, guys, I'm good. I'm good right here. Don't pass me. I won't pass you.
I was going to say, I don't know, he's probably saying, I'm good. I'm just going to ride my race right now as we got Zach trying to look on the outside. I do know going down into one lead, though, there's a little dip, like it dips and then it takes you up a little hill going into turn 1. And if you don't hit that right, it can really upset the car.
No, it really can. And it's, you know, you can't, especially 1 and 2, you have to finesse the throttle. Yeah, you really do. And if you don't, you're either going to get too tight, you're going to up in the outside wall, or you're going to spin the back end around.
Yep. Especially on cold tires. Oh, no!
Zach Hall!
There goes.
Two cars.
Oh, we
Let's
were just...
see.
Oh, no, Bob
Zach-
Skinner.
Oh, man.
We just watched it live, actually. Vernon and Zach Hall. Let's go back on the replay, gentlemen. And
Zach he got loose going into 1. He came up into Vernon.
is that what? Okay.
He just got a little loose there. Then Bob Skinner tried his best to come to a complete and utter stop. But still, a little kiss to the door side of the number 5, and we will be under caution, lap 29 of 167 here at Charlotte with the World Series of Sim Racing. Cedric Hunter will be your race leader, and will they pit or will they not now?
You know, it doesn't look like Zach got too much damage there. Scraped the wall, hit the front, left front, and got a little bit of spoiler damage there, gentlemen. But I don't think that's going to harm him too bad. It's going to hurt him in the straightaway speed, of course. But overall, I don't think he has to worry about too much. Well, Bob didn't help him there, but other than that...
And on lap 29 of 167, we're going to have our first pit party of the evening. Is everybody going to come down and get new tires, except for Brian Johnson, who does not exist in this plane of existence tonight at Charlotte?
Oh, man.
That's awful. Hey, looking at that again, I think Vernon may have come down just a touch and got Zach.
That's what the replay showed with me, too. I think he just came down just a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. Unfortunately, though.
Zach looks okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He didn't really hit the wall too hard. I mean, any damage is no damage. Any damage is not good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But overall, though, it could have been worse than what it is now. You know, what he has. And I had no clue how I was trying to say that, Joe.
And he may be in the pits for 30, 40 seconds with repairs, which is okay under caution, obviously, and he may not be. Is he still in the pits?
Yeah, still in the pits at 63 seconds now and still going.
Yeah, might as well just fix it all. I mean, you already, go to the back, get it all fixed, and just keep plugging at it because you don't know what's going to happen out here. I mean, we're only on lap 30 of 167 laps here. So, but if everybody's enjoying the stream, let's jump to this real quick here. If everybody's enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that like on this stream here. Share it with your friends and family. If this is the first time tuning in here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, don't forget to hit that follow button and like button there on Facebook. And basically the same thing on YouTube, except a little different format. You can hit that bell button and subscribe button. So every time we go live here at Freaky Fast, you don't miss any of the action all week long, except for Fridays. Like Lee says, we have to give the wifeys some time. But other than that, that's the only night they get from us. End of that story. All right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Just pounding everything.
I'd say the first 10 laps after the green flag, we had some great racing, and here we're going to go again. I just wonder, are we going to get a duplication of what we saw the first time, or maybe will the drivers kind of calm down a little bit?
Well, we look at the way that it's stacking up, and we've got Cedric Hunter. He's up 5 positions now, leading the race. Yingling started in second. He's in second. Levi Cox down 2 from the pole, sitting in third. McWhorter down 1 in 4th position. Chuck Sweeting up 7 positions to 5th. Mark Whitley down 2 to 6th. John Mullins up 6 to number 7. Brandon Mullen up 11 positions to 8th. Jeff Gilmore up 5 positions to 9th. And Cody Cox down 1 to 10th. Let's give a quick shout out to James Hackworth Jr., who last minute slid into the driver's seat, up 9 positions, sitting in 11th now, starting to make a run here before this yellow flag hit.
So we got 1 more to green or 2?
I believe it's got to be 2 to go. I think. I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of separating now, so probably. No, 1 to go. Yeah, lights are off.
Good deal.
Also,
Robert usually tells me that. He's like, lights are off, Lee. You know, you should know this, but you know.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting high atop the press box. My binoculars don't see if the lights are flashing.
That's okay. I'll try to take care of you. Or take care
Somebody's
of you
got
guys.
to.
Well, yeah. Well, I know that. Yeah, right.
What do we have on the outside of the raceway here?
I don't know, but we got to go into the food conversation, and we don't got our PR Kenneth out there yet on Facebook. Haven't seen a hello and a hi yet, so.
Yeah, so Kenneth always gives us the menu at the speedway we're at, and Joe, you'll get to experience the concession stand food with me and Robert firsthand. There's not a lot in the outfield there, back behind Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now going into 1 and 2, I see some parking, but it's nothing like Lernerville with the softball field as pit road.
Right. Yeah, we're crazy,
My home
Joe.
track.
That's okay.
My home track is East Alabama Motor Speedway, and you can get any kind of junk food you want there. But here we go on the restart, guys.
Pace car comes off. Cedric Hunter's going to get an early start there and bring him across the line. Yingling will work the high side against Cox. For 2nd position, Sweeting will go down low. McWhorter will be high. And they almost touched going into 1 and 2. Levi Cox is going to clear Larry Yingling for 3rd position. Sweeting will be down on the inside of Yingling. We go into 3. Whitley's going to drop to the inside of McWhorter. Out of 4, door to door, Chuck Sweeting, Joseph McWhorter. And across the line, McWhorter's going to have him by a nose for 4th. And watching him shake out here and getting used to these tires. And McWhorter's one that he pushes it at the beginning of runs. Sweeting now falling back behind Whitley into 6th position. So Joey kind of shaking out the field here, but Levi Cox showing that speed once again like he did the first run.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's bringing Larry Yingling with him. We're going to find out. Well, Yingling took a little look there inside, but looks like they're running him down just a little bit.
McWhorter right to the back of Yingling. Wow, that was close.
Here we
Yingling
go.
now to the inside of Cox. As we go into 3 and 4, Levi Cox has got some grip on that high side.
Now,
We come out of 4, door to door, 2 rows deep. And it's given Cedric Hunter the opportunity to pull some distance out here.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, here
Nice clean air.
they're catching up pretty fast, though.
Well, that's the thing here with Charlotte with these tires. When you got fresh tires, you got to pounce within the first 10 laps. You got to go for it, because what basically happens here with this setup, and this is all going to go with off the air and our weather for the rest of the night. you're gonna have to pounce on your first 10 laps. If not, basically everything equals out, guys. And you're gonna run the. I said it before. You're gonna run the same lap times. You're not gonna be able to do too much unless the driver messes up. But other than that, like you can see, like right there, Joseph McWhorter gonna take a 3 wide to go down into turn 3. Lee, oh my goodness! Hang on, we're gonna have kitty litter maybe all over the track.
We're coming around 4. Yingling in the lead. Door to door, McWhorter and Cedric Hunter to the line, and they are neck and neck. Cedric Hunter will just inch it out, but we go into 1. McWhorter will complete the pass. Whitley way below the line. Whitley now going to sneak inside of Cedric Hunter. Will overtake 3rd position. Levi Cox just fell back to 5th. See how hard that was for me to say? 5th. I couldn't get it out.
Yingling, I don't know if you saw it, he took the lead going on the high side around Cedric Hunter, so he has some great grip there and good car control. Of course, McWhorter, he's certainly pushing it on the early runs.
And we've settled down, kinda. Let's drop back in the pack a little bit. Let's go back here to Levi Cox in 5th position, who's got John Mullins right behind him. We got Bisson battling the 57 of Jeff Gilmore. Bisson to the inside. Gilmore tries to slam the door. Bisson into the 54 of Cox. Cox will just scrape the outside wall. No caution. We keep going. Cox comes down. Almost runs in to Bob Skinner.
No, it's Jeff Gilmore.
Oh, is it Gilmore?
Yeah.
Good, yes.
Well, welcome to
Cody
Charlotte.
Cox is definitely off the pace.
Yeah. Collie has moved back up to 8th position after falling back. Jeff Gilmore having an outstanding run. Gilmore now to the inside of Levi Cox.
Jeff Gilmore in that Kicking Asphalt Motorsports, he's looking strong tonight here. Looking really strong. Like top 5 right now. So is John. John is looking in that 64. He's looking really strong. He's trying to hunt down Cedric Hunter. They're running in 4th position. Chuck was up there at the beginning, guys, and now he's fallen all the way back to 10th position. Zach Hall is still out there plugging away. His lap times are not too far off. He's looking okay. He's still
McWhorter
running.
Took the lead. McWhorter
McWhorter just overtook Yingling into 1 and 2.
Running blue, 2-2.
With Mark Whitley now to the inside. Did Yingling use up his tires? Because these 3 have just ran away from the rest of the pack.
Oh, well, we're 10 laps into the run here on these tires. So, I don't
Yingling
know.
just got tired of leading.
Well, no, I do know, and I got to give Joseph this, as we've talked week in and week out. The guy's fast. The guy is just plain down fast. It just seems that it comes at the end of the race, he puts himself either at the wrong place at the wrong time, or karma hits him, and he winds up being in some kind of stupid wreck or something happens out there. But what I'm trying to get at to guys and Joe and Lee is that he's fast here. He's has been. I've seen it in the past, and you can see it tonight. He knows how to run this track. He posted it on Facebook. It's race time, and he had something out there for these guys.
Well, and we've said this on other broadcasts for World Series as well. Joseph McWhorter is the closest thing to a cold trickle this league has.
Yeah.
He is extremely fast, but he puts himself in situations where the probability cost is not entirely on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Really looking to the high side there, trying to get a run here down the backstretch. Now he's going to drop to the inside. And Mark Whitley will take in and lead a lap here.
And Larry Yingling says, hey, remember me?
Well, and Joseph is trying to tell Mark, hey, you're taking my position. I'm going to bump you through 3 and 4. That is not too recommended to do all the time. Yikes,
Yeah,
baby.
that's something that on 10 lap old tires, or what were we at, about 30, so about 16 lap old tires now.
Yeah.
You've got the grip, but you really, if you're going to bump draft on Charlotte, you only really want to tip that down the backstretch.
Are the lights on yet here at Charlotte, or not yet?
The lights are on. Yes, sir.
Are they on? Okay, because we're starting to get in the late afternoon here, early evening. This is probably about the time frame where we're going to see who's got what, as, we get deeper into the night here, as we got a battle for the lead now, gentlemen.
Yep, McWhorter down to the inside of Whitley. As he just drops it right there on the edge. And, well, I was going to give him credit for it, but Whitley, he was trying to keep that top line stuck there. But will fall into second. Look, Cedric Hunter and John Mullen have now caught up with this group. Mullins is quick right now.
Yeah, Mullins hasn't really challenged for the lead yet, but he might soon.
And Gilmore, Jeff Gilmore. We was talking about him in that other pack. Now he has joined the tail end of this lead pack.
Well, that goes to show. Last time by, John ran a 30.9. That goes to show clean air. You're not dealing with traffic. You're not dealing with another competitor. You're not out there fighting, trying to run your line. Right now, he's got clean air in front, clean air in the back. He does got Jeff Gilmore just right behind him. But, again, that shows clean air as he's got the sniff of Cedric Hunter's draft, so that's going to pull him up as these guys battle up here, as Larry's going to look underneath Mark. Now we got Cedric Hunter in that Hello Kitty, kind of take it down into turn 3 here, Joe, and he's going to try to work Mark.
Yeah, Cedric Hunter fastest last lap.
Oh, that was
he
cool.
was 2/10 faster than everyone else.
Do that again, guys. That was like you both talked the same sentence. That was cool.
Yeah.
We were saying the same thing, too.
Yeah, usually it takes about 3 races to start getting in sync like that.
In sync.
We were saying the same thing.
Are we gonna sing? In sync. What's their song? Ask your daughter, Lee.
Man, she is 18 years old.
She knows who In Sync is. Come on.
No, In Sync was way before her time.
Doesn't matter. She's a girl. Anyways,
we
back
got
to
a
the
leader.
race.
Yep, Yingling will take that lead. Cedric Hunter to the inside of McWhorter. McWhorter will drive it in deep and not give up second. And going to battle Yingling now for that lead going down the backstretch. We're going to go into 3 and 4. Can McWhorter make that high line stick? Yingling, man, right against that blue line in the apex of the turn. And as we cross the start-finish line, McWhorter will register one more lap led. But Yingling is not going to give it up. But look how deep Joseph's driving that thing in.
That's some good driving.
That really is. I mean, there's nothing he can't do with a race car. It's just he doesn't understand when the race car can't do what he wants it to do.
It's very true. Good point. As wow, look at these guys. And look at John. John has now finally caught up. And this battling keeps going on, guys. This will give Jeff Gilmore time to catch up here, as he's only a second behind. And you need about a second to catch that draft, and you'll pull right up. Ooh, and we have Levi Cox that just tapped the wall. Lee coming out of turn 2. He did the whippy whip. The tail whip. The whippy smacker. The smacker whip.
You never want to do that.
Well, shaking of the tail feather there.
There
it is. Front 5 cars
I was trying to hint at him to do it. Yeah.
Have pulled away, but as you said, not to the extent that Jeff Gilmore, wrong camera, not to the extent that Jeff Gilmore can't catch up. Gilmore is
he's falling after I gave him props.
Yeah. Gilmore's now, Chuck Sweeting and Levi Cox is overtaking Gilmore.
Tires. You burn off that right front tire too soon, you're going to pay the piper through the rest of your fuel run. So, but hey, well, you know, I don't see any cares out there for you yet here tonight, Lee, on Facebook side. So let's give the props out. Come on, let's see the cares, the loves, the emojis.
I mean, I need you to validate my existence, chat. That's really what we're asking for here. Is just, you know, let me know that I'm not like Brian Johnson and just that I'm actually here.
Oh, we got a lead change. Cedric Hunter went for the lead.
Hunter to the bottom of Larry Yingling and will overtake for the lead. Yingling will stay right behind him. McWhorter will be in third. Whitley fourth. John Mullins fifth. And Chuck Sweeting has now closed the gap to 1 second. Levi Cox is behind him. Brandon Colley in eighth. Gilmore ninth. Alex Bissett up 6 spots, now sitting in the 10th position. Right now, if the race finished, Bissett is the biggest loser out of this, sitting in 10th, with Larry Yingling in second. And Bissett's only trailing him by 5 points at the moment.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to make it up, but he's going to need some yellows to overtake some people.
Lap 59 of 167 when we cross the line. Hey, did we get any cares in the chat? We lost viewers, I know that. As soon as I start asking for people to care about me, they're like, "Nah, man, I'm out."
McWhorter has gone back to second. You know, he has that strong run at the beginning, but you know, he's sticking with it. His tires are holding up well.
And he's right to the back end of Hunter, coming out of 4, the top 5 cars. I was going to say in single file, but Whitley dropped down. Mullins looking to maybe take advantage of that and take him on the high side. But, yeah, look at the run that John Mullins is getting off of 2 on that outside. Nice run by the 64.
Yeah, he's looking really good. I got to give the guy props. He's looking really good out here tonight. Really good. Good racing by everybody out here though tonight there, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Sweeting has dropped the deficit to under a second now. Lap 61 of 167 here at Charlotte with the World Series of Sim Racing. Lee Tidwell, Robert A. Moyer Jr., and Joe McAdory here with you on this wonderful Saturday evening, July the 25th. My son's birthday is actually Monday.
Oh, my wife's mom's is on Monday. So now we have something in common. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Racing's okay. Racing's good, Joe, okay?
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Mackey.
Yes! Yeah. Okay, all right. Now we're screwed.
All right.
John Mullins goes up to 4th. He will pass Whitley. As we bring it across the line, will be lap 63 of 167.
I wonder if Hunter, McWhorter, and Yingling, if they're satisfied right now being just running where they are for the time being.
It looks like they are.
I mean, settling this issue, you know, come lap 140, 150, 160.
Yeah.
Yeah, because McWhorter probably could have had a run right there, and he just settled in behind Cedric. So I think you're right, Joe. I think the top 3 are content right now to just run the laps down.
Well, again, look at the lap times. Their last time by here, everybody, you know, they ran a 31.3, 31.3, 31.3, and go back to 4th, 5th, 31.3, 31.4, 31.4, 31.6s. Brandon Colley ran a 31.6. You know, again, it goes back to what I said, these tires, there's no fall off. Once they balance out, once they heat up, everybody's going to run the same lap times. This is what Charlotte produces. This is what the tires produce, and this is what the setup produces. So basically, again, when you get new tires, you got to pounce in the first 10 laps. If not, you're basically stuck. You cannot do nothing unless another driver just really starts burning the tires up or misses their mark, misses their turn, things like that.
Collie will take 7th position from Levi Cox. Well, I said that, but Cox, strong on the outside, will retain that spot.
Look who we have out in chat there, Mr. Lee. Our PR guy, Kenneth, finally shows up to his job. Late, but he's here.
Mr. Kenneth, how are you tonight, sir? Glad you could join us, as we are on lap 66 of 167. And Cedric Hunter continues to lead this race. McWhorter second, Yingling third, John Mullins fourth, Mark Whitley fifth. Then we're going to have Sweeting, Cox, Collie, Gilmore, and Mullen will round out your top 10. Sweeting is now starting to get a little bit closer to the number 7 of Mark Whitley, has dropped it down to 0.8 of a second. Now, it's taken a few laps for him to do that, but we're starting to see, it's kind of crazy with these 1.5 mile ovals where the field will accordion out. As the run gets, 10 to 20 laps in, the field spreads out. As they get 20 to 30 in, they start coming back together.
Guys, Bisson has fallen back to 12th.
Wow. Zach Hall 13th after that pit stop from the accident earlier. Hall, Bisson, and the 98 of Ferguson. All right here together. To the high side, Torgerson. Bisson on the inside. Zach Hall is going to stay behind Bisson as we come across the line. That's the closest thing we got to a battle right now, is that 11th, 12th, 13th position.
Yeah, it looks like Cedric Hunter's really putting some distance between himself and Joseph McWhorter and Larry Yingling.
He has, yeah. How much has he pulled out there? Almost half a second over McWhorter. And McWhorter's doing everything he can just to stay in front of Yingling. I think Yingling's got more car than what he's showing right now.
Possibility.
That's 70 now.
McWhorter, he really, winning this race would do him so much good, considering the points. He's 6th in the points. He hasn't gotten a win this season, and he's 17 points off the pace, behind Larry Yingling. So he really needs to. He can get a win tonight. That might put him back into position to win this thing.
Well, and the same thing can be said about Cedric Hunter as well. I mean, all these playoff guys, they want that win. But Larry Yingling sitting in the driver's seat, race 2 of 4 here tonight at Charlotte. Sitting in 3rd with a 5-point lead over Alex Bisson. And as you talked about earlier, Bisson back in the 12th position. And then with Brian Johnson not making it tonight, Yingling could really pull out a monster lead here unless, a Cedric Hunter, a Joseph McWhorter come up and take the win here. Unless a Mark Whitley comes up and takes the win here. But as long as Yingling finishes strong, it's his playoff destiny to control.
Yeah, he gets a top 5, and Bisson doesn't really move up much. He's definitely in a huge, solid position going into Pocono.
Pocono is such a tricky little track. I do not like that paper football shaped thing at all.
3 very technical turns.
And they're all mirrored after different tracks in their banking and their width, everything. There's one that's mirrored after Indianapolis. There's one, Robert, do you remember the other 2? I know Indy was one. What Martinsville one? Yeah.
Oh, it's one's Indy, one is I'd have to look it up again. I do apologize, I forget.
Oh no, I mean, you had it the last time.
Yeah.
I was trying to bounce off your useless knowledge from back then. But yeah, each one of those turns mirrored after and basically dedicated to a turn in a different track. So it's going to be a great race next week 3 of the playoffs. basically the semifinals, if you want to look at it that way, with more races left. Cedric Hunter has really pulled out the lead here over McWhorter.
Chat's hitting us up. Milwaukee Mile is one of them.
Milwaukee Mountain, thank you, Adam. Yep, that is right. It was Milwaukee, not Martinsville.
Would that be turn 3? The long sweeping?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Indy would be the tunnel turn, I guess.
I'd have to look it up. Ask Google. I forget.
Turn
Oh my goodness.
Turn 1's got some banking, but
got a battle for second.
place.
Yeah, everything just went silent for a minute. I'm sorry about that. Battle for second. Yingling will overtake McWhorter.
That was a quick battle.
Yeah.
But we'll see if it's over yet, because McWhorter may come right back.
But I like I said, I think Larry's got more in that car than what he was showing. I think he just set back, and now he's ready to go. And look at him just chewing down the distance.
Yeah, we're about to find out. Yeah, he's making up some time now.
Down to half a second as we come out of 4. Across the start-finish line will be lap 78, and Larry Yingling starting to make his run. His run's really out of 2. That's where he starts making up some of that time using that draft down the back.
Yeah, he was a 10th quicker than the leader on the last lap. Let's see what he is this time.
As they come out of 4, battle for 5th could be brewing as Mullen's starting to sniff around the back of Sweeting. We come across this time 4/10 of a second difference. And a 10th of a second faster.
Yep.
So Charlotte Motor Speedway, when open, the foods, a variety of foods such as nachos, hamburgers, and hot dogs can be found at concession stands located around the speedway. There's also a number of independent vendors, including pizza and barbecue. I could go for a big old plate of barbecue right about now. I haven't had good barbecue in so long.
Barbecue.
Dude, for real. And I'm actually going to have the family is, but we're going to cook out for Alex's birthday tomorrow. And just cook about, 8 pounds of meat.
It's looking like we have pit stops starting right now here, lap between 78. So apparently pit road window has opened up for these guys, gentlemen.
Yeah, so Acacia, Whitley, Gilmore, Brandon Mullen have all pitted. Bob Skinner pitted on 72.
Hey, he's slow but sure, but Chuck Sweeting is, moved up there. He's past Mullins. He's getting in the picture just a little bit.
Yes, Sweeting now sitting in the 5th position.
He's up to 4th, actually.
No, 4th, yes, you're right. I've got Mullins selected. My bad.
Yeah, well,
Sweeting is the
Mullins and Chuck are the 2 top biggest movers so far of the race, up 8 positions.
And Sweeting starting to sniff down Joseph McWhorter.
And Yingling is, he'll be on the back bumper of the leader here in a really, like the next lap or the one after that.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see when Cedric decides to come down and pit. With all these, because now, let me see, Mullins is in. Whitley, Gilmore, Brandon Mullen, Torgeson, Acacia, Bob Skinner have all pitted. The top 7 back through Zach Hall. No, top 8. Alex Bisson did not pit yet either.
Correct. And lap before that, Mark Whitley put down the fastest lap of a 29.35 of the race. So that shows what tires can do, when they're brand new out here, especially under the lights now here, as track temperature has cooled down. I don't know what the track temperature, what the weather's looking like as of right now, but we can bring that up.
It is 76 degrees with a track temperature of 80. Relative humidity is at 49% under a partly cloudy sky, wind at 7 miles an hour out of the west.
Okay, so track is cooling down, but again, the more laps that they run under green, the harder the track's gonna be. Even though we're spread out here, throughout the field now, as pit window has opened up for these guys. But like you were saying here, Lee and Joe, when are these front guys gonna come in? How long do they stay out? Because right now we got Larry. He just hunted down Cedric Hunter in that Hello Kitty car. I mean, he's 2 tenths now, right behind him.
Chuck Sweeting. Yeah. That's what I was watching, Joe.
Yeah, I guess he may be the fastest car on old tires right now.
Mm-hmm.
Moved up to third position and is setting 1 second behind Larry Yingling.
Now, to give you an update, Joe, and everybody out there watching, Joe is new to the broadcast. He's just learning, so everybody give him some loves. Send out a share. Yeah. Let everybody know that they care for him. He's a little nervous, but that's okay. But World Series of Sim Racing, Joe, does not offer any fast repairs. You get damage, and you got to get it fixed. Me and my big mouth. Oh, Alex was involved. One of the chase drivers of last week that made a big jump in the chase was involved on lap 86.
See what happened. Oh,
let's go back on the replay here.
Yeah, it looks like Bisson was racing with the 54 of Cox. And the 98 comes on a run and then just taps the back end. Acacia does a good job of staying out of the way. So the 98 of Torgerson.
Whoa. He come flying in, didn't he? New tires?
Yeah. Yeah, he put it on lap 80. So new tires. Yep. And Alex didn't know he was coming flying up through there because he had Cox right behind him in the 54. The 54 of Cody Cox. So yeah, just an unfortunate event, but a one that these leaders were very happy to see, as now they will be able to pit. That's going to be Cedric Hutter, Larry Yingling, Chuck Sweeting, McWhorter, Collie, Levi Cox. Zach Hall will pit as well, and so will Swaverly.
So, again, now what's this do in the playoffs, though? Okay, we got Brian Johnson that could not because of internet problems, unfortunately. Alex had a great week last week. He moved himself up in the points, but now he's having a rough race here tonight. Joseph is, having a good race up in third. We got Larry here, Lee, that's showing some good potential here. Chuck didn't have a good race last week, and he's moved himself up. We got Cedric. Oh my goodness. We got Cedric in the points. I mean, we got a lot of things going on here in the playoffs with 2 races to go. Wow. I mean,
And I'll give Alex Bisson some credit here. He really did a good job of saving what could have been a complete disaster. It's just it's a partial disaster now. But his car, I mean, he's got 4 wheels on it. He's going forward, and it's not really that torn up.
Well, that's key. What you just said there. He's got 4 wheels on it, and he's going forward, and that's that's good.
You look at it,
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a situation where he's sitting there on pit road 5 minutes repaired. I don't believe.
And we got Alex on Facebook saying Charlotte is a mess. Ha ha ha. Put down the beer and you might be good, Alex. Anyways. Just that.
No. Alex out there just cruising, following the pace car right now.
I'm just trying to figure out the playoffs here. I mean, because Brian Johnson thinks he might be out of this, but I don't know. 2 races to go, even having a bad race, with everything going on with these front runners, you know, this could really, really tighten up the standings. Like, I mean, really bunch everybody up within the top 6.
So as we're looking at the chat in Facebook, Adam has come through. So turn 1, we're talking about Pocono for next week. Turn
Trenton.
1, 14-degree banking based off the Trenton Speedway. Turn 2 is 8 degrees based off of Indy. And turn 3 is 6 degrees based off of the Milwaukee Mile for the 2.5-mile Triangle Pocono Raceway.
Thank you, Adams. Much appreciated. That's why we got PR people out there. That's you know, they help us out, Lee and Joe.
Oh, no, because I don't know what I'm talking about 9/10 of the time.
Oh,
So-
it's okay.
Is Bisson going to get the wave around?
No, because he was involved in that wreck, so
Yeah.
it probably triggered him with the time X. So he won't be able to get the wave around.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna wave him around, but no, that would be for the lucky dog. So no, yeah, he should be able to get the wave around. I am
Okay.
wrong. I stand on that. It's only time you won't get is the lucky dog if you're involved in or get a times X. iRacing considers you being in that wreck. So yes, these two guys will get the wave around. Well, and John a lap down. Yes, John's a lap down
Yeah.
too. So he'll wave around, even though he just pitted on lap 82.
And they'll stay on the lead lap.
Correct. Jeff Gilmore looks like he's going to come around. He is 1 lap down. He pitted on lap 78. Okay. That should shuffle everything around. And look who bounced back up to 6th position here, Lee, after being, you know, in that first yellow. He's up to 6th position. Good old
Yeah,
Zach
Zach
Hall.
Hall making that run. So it's going to be Hunter, Sweeting, Yingling, Collie, and now it says Hall in 5th.
Oh, is he up to 5th now? Okay, yeah, he is. I got ahead of myself like you, Lee. Everything's shuffling around.
Actually, I think, I don't know. Yeah, Zach Hall will be in 5th. Where'd McQuarter go?
Back
Oh.
to 9th.
Back in 9th, yeah.
He's actually off
No.
track. He blinked out.
Yeah, there's radio communication now. They think that might have popped out of the server.
No, he had such a strong car. There's that monkey on the back. Please come back. Please come back.
We're going to have Hunter and Sweeting 1-2 here on the restart.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And as you said, Joseph McQuarter, once again, showing his talent, his ability, and something happens. Hopefully he can get back in quickly.
You need to stop using that VPN, hiding your internet crap. That's what's going on.
So as we get set to bring it to the line, Cedric Hunter on the inside, Chuck Sweeting on the high side. The pace car will come in. And here we go, lap 93 of 167. When we cross the line, Yingling will challenge Sweeting for 2nd position right off the start and will overtake that spot. Sweeting will fall in between him and Brandon Colley into 3rd. Colley will be 4th. Zach Hall will continue in 5th. The 38 of Richard Swaverly up 9 positions in the 6th spot now. And here comes Mark Whitley on the inside of Swaverly. He will overtake. Swaverly, he pitted on lap 88 as well. Levi Cox now to the inside of Swaverly. Hunter to the high side. Yingling to the inside for the lead. Larry Yingling will take the lead off of this turn. Brandon Colley moves to 3rd, Sweeting to 4th.
Guys, I just watched Alex Bisson on that lap. He must have more damage than we realize because he's off the pace.
The 95 of Alex Bisson has fallen back to 14th spot. Yeah, and he is just not going. Yeah, his back end on the right side is tore all up.
Yeah, he topped out at 173 on that lap, and that's not enough. Not even close.
Cedric Hunter gets bumped high and will fall back to 4th behind Whitley, make that 5th. Larry Yingling now looking to pull a lead. Brandon Colley going to follow. Sweeting 3rd, Whitley 4th, Hunter 5th, Zach Hall back to 6th position. Mark Whitley making some moves here. So as we come across the line, it'll be lap 97 of 167. And Mark Whitley has been having an outstanding run to the inside of Chuck Sweeting. Whitley will take over 3rd position. And as we get set to ride along with the number 7 of Mark Whitley, let's remind you to turn up that volume and turn up the Gamer2 by the ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20, that's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20 for 20% off of your order of the Gamer2 at thebutkicker.com. And let's jump along with the number 7 of Mark Whitley and Breaker Up, brought to you by the ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Yingling will continue to lead. Whitley has now moved into 2nd position with Colley in 3rd, and now they are catching up with the 95 of Alex Bisson, who has damage on that right rear of that vehicle, out of 4. Whitley has run the fastest lap at a 29.352 and was about 0.8 of a second faster than Larry Yingling there, Joe.
Hey, do you think this is a point where Larry, he recognizes the troubles of the guys 2nd and 3rd in points, and he says, hey, I'm the points leader. We're almost finished with the season. Do I just cruise here for a top 3 and stay out of trouble, or do I just push it and go all the way and try to win this race? I mean, do you go conservative or not?
I mean, a victory for Larry Yingling here would almost put it out of reach for anyone else, I believe. Especially with Bisson now sitting in 13th position. Brian Johnson not making it to the race here tonight. That will put our, let me see, where is our point standings? League standings, World Series. Mark Whitley is in 4th position. He is 12 points behind. So this is a big battle here. Whitley and Yingling Whitley is in fourth, only 12 points behind. He needs to lead a lap, which I think he has. We're going to assume he has, and if not, he really needs to lead a lap to get that bonus point. But that's the next guy in line to really make a run at Yingling on these points, with the other two being out. So I think Larry's got to keep his foot in it now and got to keep Mark behind him.
Okay, we'll just go for the juggler. You got a chance right here to win this race. Go ahead and take it then.
Lap 105 and 167 at Charlotte. And Mark Whitley has narrowed the gap to 0.3 of a second. Brandon Colley with a nice run here on this green flag. Cedric Hunter will overtake fourth position from Chuck Sweeting. And now the Hello Kitty car starting to try to chase down this front three.
You think Hunter has anything left to catch these guys?
You know, Cedric's one of those mid-run guys. I mean, he you know, we're on, so 88, we're about 20 laps in. So yeah, this is when Cedric starts really heating up. He's not strong on at the beginning of the run. He's not strong on really extremely long runs, but that mid, you know, 20 to 35 laps, he's pretty strong. So he could, in theory, make up some room here. As Brandon Colley's starting to sniff to the back bumper of Mark Whitley going into 3 and 4. And I think Colley's content with just using a draft partner now to try to catch up with Yingling, who has pulled out a half-second lead over Whitley.
You know, Chuck Sweeting was actually, I believe, the strongest guy at the end of that last run. And if we go green the rest of the way, which we very well might, I just wonder if he could make up some ground and challenge here.
Yeah, anybody from first back through, well, Levi Cox has been strong. He's sitting in 6th position. Levi Cox in the 99s. We'll look back at him real quick. He's got Swaverly right behind him. Swaverly's up 8 positions. He's run a very smart race. And then Zach Hall in 8th spot. So you've got a lot of guys here who can win this, but it just depends on how the cards shake out. Are we going to stay green and have to do it one more green flag pit stop before we end? Are we going to have a caution? When does that caution happen? You know, so many variables. And Brandon Colley is now taking over 2nd position from Mark Whitley, Cedric Hunter, right to the back of Whitley. And here comes Sweetie.
I believe these guys are going to have to make one more pit stop, Lee and Joe. So, you know, how hard do you push it? When do you dive in and make that last pit stop? Do you try to run it out as long as you can? Hope for a yellow, then you don't have to worry about anything? Or do you do an early pit stop if you know you cannot do anything with Larry, Brandon Colley, Mark, you know, if you're a Chuck, Larry, Levi, do you do an early pit stop? Do you do the leapfrog like I like to call it, you know, to try to get up front and hope it stays green? We'll have to see. Wait, because we say it every week here. Wait till the ending, ladies and gentlemen, because you haven't seen nothing yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something happen.
And Cedric Hunter has moved up to 3rd.
If it does go green the rest of the way, and you've got to make that pit stop here before the end, do you take 4 or do you take 2?
4. All right, 4 all the way. 2's not going to do anything for you unless you're down to maybe 11 laps to go and you have to go in then if you haven't made that pit stop. Then maybe. But no, 4 is just going to be way stronger than 2. Okay.
Look at the lead of Larry Yingling, a 2nd now over Brandon Colley. And Yingling still hugging that blue line. Down in 3 and 4. I mean, he is ultra instinct tonight when he gets out front.
You think he's seeing that championship in front of him a little bit and just running a little bit stronger toward it?
Probably.
You know, you've, especially with Brian being out and Alex having the night he's had. And now Mark Whitley is slid all the way back to 5th position. I think you got to put the pedal to the metal and you got to go for it. And now Cedric Hunter on the inside of Colley, coming down the front. will have it into 1 and 2. I'm going to call it now. He's going to have it, and Sweeting's going to take the inside of Collie as well. So let's see what the Hello Kitty machine's got for Mr. Yingling.
Well, running up in the top 5, let's see, there's only 3 playoff drivers that are in the top 5. Everybody else is back in 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 18th, and then, of course, Brian Johnson not even, gridding here tonight. So I'm telling you, the playoff standings are going to shuffle. The only one that's looking really good here is would be Larry. Other than that, man, from second on back in the playoffs are going to shuffle all over the place.
Yeah, because you got Whitley, who's running really good right now in 5th position. Cedric Hunter, who is in 2nd at the moment. He is in 5th position on the points. Trailing by, 18, it looks like?
And you got to remember, we still got 2 races to go
16.
yet, so.
16, yeah. So, yeah, Cedric could really make a charge here with a win over Larry. But now we're starting to deal with some of the lap traffic as Levi Cox. No, Cody Cox, my bad. Sorry, Levi and Cody. Cody Cox is being very courteous, riding that high line, letting everybody just dive underneath him there. But Larry has pulled, he's still right at a 2nd lead over Cedric. Cedric's clipping about a 1/10 of a second off every other lap or so. Now that they're on the backside of Bisson. So yeah, Bisson is nowhere near competitive at the moment.
I just seen a heart for you.
I like it when people give me hearts. I'm like the Scarecrow. I need your heart. I actually did have open heart surgery when I was 2 years old.
Good Lord.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Got the scar to prove it and everything.
Instagram it.
No. As we come across the line, Yingling he's extending that lead. He's still that strong. I mean, that's something that throughout this race you have called about Larry, and he's showing it right now. This extended green flag run is just how strong he is.
Yeah, he's really getting a firm grip on that trophy right now. But then again, in 20 minutes, that could all change. Of course, Cedric Hunter may have something to say about it.
As we come across lap 121 and 167, Robert, it's a fun night here under the lights at Charlotte.
I'm telling you, I'm watching these lap times, and one lap Cedric Hunter's faster than Larry. Last time by, they both basically ran the same lap at 31.3, 31.3, 31.36, 31.37 for Larry. These guys are just, again, it goes back to all these tires and what Adam said out there on Facebook. If Cedric would pit before Larry, I think that would give him the win, because he would get ahead of him, and then Larry would have to play the chase game. And tires and lap times are so close that I think Cedric's going to have to pit before Larry to do anything, unless the yellow comes out.
And what's terrible is when you do that, and then the yellow comes out a lap or two later.
Yeah, that's where you get screwed then, basically, because then you're like, oh, crap.
So David on Facebook corrected me. He said it's the Scarecrow that needed a heart, or the Tin Man needed a heart, not the Scarecrow. That is correct. Scarecrow needed a brain, and evidently I needed a heart and a brain. I didn't remember the Wizard of Oz.
Wow. One of the iconic shows.
Monkeys.
Dude, flying monkeys are scary.
Yes.
They were creepy looking. We're starting to see some pit stops now. Cassius, Waverly, Mullins, Torgerson pitted. Zach Hall pitted on lap 111. He started the parade.
Yeah, but Zach Hall needs to do that because he's going for track position now. You know, basically, he pitted early. He's going to have fresh tires. And he's hoping that we stay green and he might be able to pull out a top 5, maybe top 6. Other than that, he's just towards the end of the run, he's going to get freight trained because his tires are not going to be able to keep up with everybody else.
Larry Yingling back out to a 1.2 second lead over Cedric Hunter. Chuck Sweeting is now caught up with Hunter. Sweeting will come down to the inside of Cedric Hunter.
Whoa!
And challenge. Oh, they almost door touch there. Side by side now coming out of 4.
Wow.
Sweeting just apologized for the move. He said he couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, that thing just slid right up in the center in and about center out. Now you can see he is struggling as Brandon Coley's going to look underneath there in that number 1.
Look at Zach Hall. New tires.
Yeah, meep coming through. How's everybody doing out there? We haven't got to talk too much in the chat here tonight, Lee. How's everybody doing out there on this weekend as well? As I say that, here comes Cedric Hunter.
Yep, Cedric Hunter will be the first one to break. He goes into the pits here, lap 126.
If you're the leader, don't you just follow on the next lap and say, "Oh no, you ain't gonna do that to me"?
I would.
You would think so. So let's see what Larry does.
No.
As Larry will,
Nope,
Larry's going to bring
nope.
it down.
Yep.
And everybody else is going to stay out. Chuck Sweeting will be now our leader.
Well, he's getting that bonus point because he needs it. Because he had a bad Martinsville race for Chuck, so that one extra bonus point will come in handy. But I guarantee you, he's going to be coming around, this time by. And I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon comes in, Mark,
Levi,
yeah.
Jeff Gilmore. No.
Let's see what these
Let's
guys
see. Nope,
do.
Sweeting's going to stay out. Collie comes in.
Yeah.
Whitley stays out.
Interesting, because Mark does have a fast car here tonight.
Has Mark led a lap? If not, that's why he's staying out. He's hoping Sweeting goes in this time so he gets that bonus.
Yeah, I wish I would know. I don't know if he did or didn't.
There was a huge battle in the first 5 to 10 laps of the race, and that's when he would have led a lap.
Yeah. I'm not
so Whitley
sure.
comes in this time. Sweeting stays out. Levi Cox will stay out. Jeff Gilmore will stay out.
Cedric Hunter just turned a 29.2.
Goodness.
That's a qualifying time right there.
Yeah. He is going. Gilmore's in 3rd position, but he is way behind everybody else. And getting passed left and right. So Jeff Gilmore, he probably will come in this lap.
I'm still shocked that Chuck's staying out here. Unless they can make it on fuel 30 laps. No, can they? No, they can't. They pit on lap
Maybe
88.
Chuck or Mark might be hoping for a caution just in case to get lucky and they catch everyone else a lap down.
Yeah, because look at Larry just ran the fastest lap of the race now, ladies and gentlemen, with a 29.2. Another qualifying lap, but here comes Chuck now on lap 30.
Yeah, Levi Cox comes in as well. So that will actually leave Jeff Gilmore to lead a lap unless Gilmore comes in. Gilmore's gonna stay out.
Yeah, he
So
wants
Jeff
to lead
Gilmore,
a lap.
the 57, will lead a lap here.
Yeah, why not? Might as well.
He's 19th in points, so he's doesn't really have a dog in the hunt.
Yeah. I mean, might as well just stay out and run it. He's going to go, maybe stay out as long as he can, knowing that he's going to be way. I mean, you got these leaders that just pitted, running 29.2s, 29.3s to Jeff Gilmore's 31.9, like 3 to 4 seconds off. So he's going to get freight trained fast.
Yeah, Zach Hall pitted on lap 111. He was in 2nd position, and now he's getting freight trained. He held up Larry just a bit there. Didn't mean to throw a block.
Nah, he probably meant it. For his teammate, probably like, hey, I'll block you for as long as I can. 2 seconds later, well, I did what I could.
So Yingling now behind Cedric Hunter. As Jeff Gilmore will continue to lead and will continue to stay out. We got a yellow.
Caution.
I told you, didn't I tell you, everybody? Hey, oh man.
Wait, was that McQuarter? McQuarter made it back.
Yes, McQuarter was involved on lap 126, and it looks like he was the only one. So let's go back on the replay, and we'll see what happens here.
New tires, middle of 3 and 4.
And his night just went. It's unfortunate, man. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Man, so Gilmore will definitely benefit from this.
Wow. Yeah. And we're just now watching McQuarter just lose it going through 3 and 4. He doesn't hit nothing, I don't think. He's dirt tracking that thing.
Just new tires. He pitted on 121, so just
he put it.
As we talked about, he pushed it a little too hard.
Yeah, well, he's frustrated. I guarantee that's just all frustration behind the wheel, mad at the internet, screaming and yelling, had a dominant car, and then he winds up, coming back a couple laps down, and now his car's just destroyed, and he's probably said, screw it, I don't care, I'm drinking a beer.
So Gilmore comes in, Hunter comes in. Ooh. Pit party! Everybody's going to come in. We're going to reset and start this again. And let's see how it shakes out. I mean, Gilmore, what a strategy by him.
Yeah. It didn't work exactly the way it went. I mean, he's getting track position, of course, but he's going to have all these other fast guys right behind him. Now, we do know, I said it at the beginning of the broadcast, Joe and Lee, tires, new tires, you have to pounce within the first 10 laps. You gotta go for it and get every position you can, because the tires and the lap times do not fall off, very, very much. So you gotta get your positions, because if not, 10 laps into it, basically where you're at is where you're at then. You're all gonna fall in line, and then you gotta try to hope that the guy in front of you misses his mark, misses his turn, misses his break, or if he's battling with somebody. I mean, there's so much that could go on, but again, Charlotte offers the next 10 laps. You gotta go for it.
So Levi Cox stays out. He pitted on lap 130. He stays out during, sorry, Joseph's bitting about his internet service provider.
Yes, he was.
But Levi Cox stays out. Everybody else came on back in to top off with fuel, to use if they had any tires left, go ahead and use that. If they still had their fast repair, just get it all gone. Cox stays out and will be in first position. And we're going to look at about 30 laps when we go green.
Looks like Collie took 2 tires. Yeah, he did.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, it's that Joe? Sorry, you broke up there, man.
10 laps to go, because they're not going to have enough to hold off people like Cedric Hunter and Larry Yingling.
I think Chuck Sweeting took 2 as well.
Yeah, he had a 10.3 pit stop. So yeah, it looks like he took 2. Everybody else is in the 14s. And then we got Jeff Gilmore, 15. So, yeah. We got 2 guys. Chuck and Collie took 2 tires. Levi Cox looks like he took 2 tires on lap 130, because he had an 11.15 pit stop. Oh, jeez. Interesting.
Alex, yeah, I'll trade places. So Alex Bisson told me to come take the wheel for the last 30 laps. So I'm going to go drive Alex's car. We're going to let him come up here and talk with you guys. That's how we'll do this.
Okay. That's a driver change.
I actually drove with a lot of these guys last night. We did
How'd that
the
go?
trucks at Texas, I think it was. It was
Yes.
fun though.
Yeah, good deal. Good
I
deal.
was terrible, but I finished the race.
Hey, as long as you finish it. Seat time, seat time, seat time. The only way to get better at it is seat time. I learned that a long time ago, Lee. It's all about seat time.
So we've got a prediction already on Facebook. Adam is saying that the 13 wins it.
Oh.
Calling for Cedric Hunter. He's in 4th right now with 30 laps to go. Adam Leachy.
Is everybody ready for me soon to eventually hand it over to Joe and Lee for Lee to get really hyped up? Everybody on Facebook, get them all hyped up. Come on. Come on. We want to hear some Lee screaming and yelling and oh my goodness and God, and I sit back and get the goosebumps.
You know, the attention to detail here in the infield when I saw an ice machine at the restrooms.
You need some ice?
Yeah, it's just the detail that they put the ice machine there.
Oh,
Next
okay.
to, it's a little building with restrooms and a concession stand on it. They put an ice machine there. That was some attention to detail.
Because you need an ice machine next to the bathroom, right?
I mean, it depends on what kind of nachos you get.
Oh my gosh. He did not. He just, oh Jesus. Good. That's good. That's good.
I mean, if it's, you know, spicy jalapeno nachos, you might need some ice.
Well, Johnny Cash wrote Ring of Fire about something.
Amen on that one too. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Looks like we're going to be going back green, gentlemen. I do believe so.
Yep, we're getting all the wave rounds now. So here we go. Cox and Colley on the front row. Hunter Sweeting 2nd row. Gilmore Yingling on the 3rd. Zach Hall, Mark Whitley on the 4th.
I got to give a shout out to Jeff Gilmore's paint scheme. I love that old Rusty Wallace Miller Genuine draft car.
Man,
Yes.
Rusty was my guy.
Yep, my guy too. I like when he used when he drove the Midnight Miller Lite, the Midnight car. I think that was called the Midnight.
Black and yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plain simple, black, yellow. I loved it. I was a big Rusty Wallace fan. Big favorite driver. But all right, gentlemen. Well, here we go.
Two headed so put out. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So we're going to be lap 139 of 167 when we come across the line. It will be 29 laps until the finish.
We got Christopher out there saying Dale was his guy. We got somebody saying that 13 can't win if Larry's on the track, but well, we'll see because we are back green.
Contact.
Cox quickly off the start. Colley not as quick. Cedric Hunter almost ran him over. Hunter now down to the inside. In 3rd position will battle Colley for 2nd. Sweeting will be in 4th. Yingling 5th. We come out in 2. Look at Cedric Hunter go to the high side on Levi Cox. Cedric Hunter to the high side. Cox on the bottom. Colley will follow along with Hunter on the top. Chuck Sweeting will stay on the bottom. Cedric Hunter now goes into the lead. Colley will battle Cox for 2nd. Yingling will follow Colley. We go across the start-finish line. Sweeting will be in 5th position. Mullins 6th. Into 1 and 2. Levi Cox falls back to 4th. Make it 5th as Sweeting will pass him now. And Mullins had to check up a little bit now down to the inside as Mullins and Zach Hall will straddle Levi Cox and put him back into 7th position. Around 3 and 4, we have settled out, and I want to take Adam Leachy to Vegas if Cedric Hunter pulls this out and wins tonight at Charlotte.
Look how the cream is rising back to the top.
Exactly, man. We've got all kinds of movement going on. The front 3 as Larry Yingling goes to the inside of Brandon Colley. Exiting 4, Yingling and Colley will race it to the line. Colley Nose ahead of Yingling, but will not be able to hold him off into 1 and 2 here. I do not believe. Larry's been strong on that bottom line, and look how he's hugging that blue line. And they're going to be side by side down the backstretch.
That's letting Sweeting back into this battle.
Yeah, and look at Mullins and Whitley starting to catch up with them as well. Woo, really close there.
There's some contact.
I would like to know what is the preferred line, top or bottom, because both lines seem to be really racy here tonight.
It's really going to depend on the driving style of what your car is doing at that moment.
Right.
Because you can let these tires cool off by, giving it a few laps and getting back on it. So you
True.
don't have to lose a ton of position.
Very true, very true. I got to give props, Brandon Cawley went over to Sim Racing Unleashed last week at Auto Club, and now he's up here running second, third, battling with these guys. His team stepped up the game for that guy. I really got to give him props there, Lee.
Yeah, Collie is racing right next to Larry Yingling. They've been door to door for 3 laps now. Everybody's equal when it comes to the pitting, except for a couple people taking 2 tires. Collie was one of those that only took 2.
Mm-hmm.
But he's making it stick on the high side against Yingling.
I just don't think that's going to last, though, guys. I think within the next 7 laps, he's going to start falling. These tires, like Joe just said, I just don't think it's going to last. Give him props. He's holding his ground right now, but he is at the same time, Larry's doing what he wants to do with him, and he's making him burn them tires off on exit.
Sweeting will now dip down to the inside into 1. Try to get under Collie as well.
Now, Hunter has built up a really nice lead while we've had the battle for second.
Yeah, about a half a second. And he's like, you guys go ahead and fight it out. I'm just going to keep this clean air up here and keep driving now with 22 to go.
Well, clean air is key here at Charlotte right now. We are now completely in the dark. Lights are shining bright here. Beautiful sights and sounds of Charlotte Speedway here with World Series of Sim Racing League round number 2, as the playoffs are going to be heading off next week to Pocono. So make sure you tune in next week to see how that all plays out and where the points stand and everything. But now, here we go, guys. Larry has now finally got around Brandon, and Joe, we called it about 7 laps into it. These tires are starting to fall for Collie here.
Yeah. Now, will he, but does he have, the leader have enough space between himself and Yingling and Collie? Will he be able to maintain the top 5? And another car that took on 2 tires, we've got the 26 out there. Will he be able to hang with him?
Good question.
Chuck Sweeting, he's moved up to 3rd, and he's had some good speed all night on the long runs. But if he took 2 tires, I don't see him being a factor at the end.
I agree with you, Joe, on that one. I think tires are just 4 tires are going to dominate here towards the end of the run if we stay green here. But Larry, from a look in here, no, Brandon Coley into the wall. Hang on to it, buddy. Hang on to it. And he's gonna, and he makes a pit stop. And no, it looks like he's giving it up. I think he said, well, that was enough.
So
I guess we're about to have a fight for the lead.
Yeah, Collie gets loose, gets into the outside wall, does an excellent job of not collecting anyone else, and now Larry Yingling has made it a 0.2 of a second gap between himself and Cedric Hunter. It'll be 17 to go across the line. Chuck Sweeting, half a second behind. Into 1 and 2. Yingling now right to the back bumper of Cedric Hunter. And he's got closing speed. Look at him make this run off of 2. And Cedric looking to block there. Yingling able to get the nose to the inside, and we're going to race it into 3 and 4, door to door.
Look at this battle. Oh my goodness. 17-16 to go, and we are side by side. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to get freaky nuts.
Cedric Hunter dives it way down deep. Forces Larry on the blue line. We come out of 2. Door to door, numbers to numbers. Cedric Hunter with just a nose lead over Larry Yingling going into 3. We'll take the high line and stay. It was still diving in pretty daggum deep. Yingling crossing that blue line. And on that run, Cedric Hunter had the better line and will continue to lead this race. 15 to go as we dive down into 1 and 2 again.
That's opening the door for Chuck, too. Look, he's right behind here. He's like, guys, keep battling, man. I'm right here.
Yep, Chuck Sweeting now pulling up to the backside of these 2 drivers. And now we're going to see all 3 of them fight a little bit. Now Mark Whitley and John Mullins looking to sniff up in that front pack. We come across the line. Yingling will lead, but it's not completely advanced in taking that position yet. We go into 1 and 2. Hunter is trying to keep that nose. He'd probably be better suited as he just slid in. No, he's going to keep it there. Keep it on the outside. He is not giving up that spot, John. Joe, not John. What I call you John? Because I'm dumb. That's why. 14 to go.
Hey, we got lap traffic coming up too. That might play a factor.
Well, Larry just took the lead here with 13 laps to go. We got lap traffic. We see them navigate themselves around here. As we got Cody Cox going on the high side. He's going to let these leaders swing on by. We got Alex, and we got Chuck going way down to the blue line. Oh, my goodness. And he's going to get a run. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
Yeah, Alex Biston kind of in the way there as Sweeting and Cedric Hunter come out of 4, able to clear him. But Yingling able to pull out a little bit of a lead here. Larry's been strong all night.
What a move by Chuck, though. He used that lap traffic perfectly. And you can see Cedric is now, he's just pushing the car hard as, whoa, Mark and Alex almost got into each other.
I think Alex grazed the wall, actually.
Yeah, I seen sparks, but that's going to move John now up to, what, 4th position as these 2 guys battle back here. We got Jeff Gilmore running in the back here. We haven't talked much about the 38 here of Richard, their lead. He's running back here in 8th position. We got Troy. Haven't talked much about that 98. He was involved in that first accident, unfortunately. He has no front end to that car, but he's still plugging away.
Chuck Sweeting will take 2nd position from Cedric Hunter. And we will come across the line. And let's make it 10 to go.
He's pulling closer.
Yeah, Yingling's only got a 1/10 of a second lead now. We come out of 2. Yingling in the lead. Chuck Sweeting will be in 2nd. Cedric Hunter in 3rd. Down the backstretch. Sweeting starts to close the gap on Yingling. Now into 3. Yingling has been hugging that blue line, Joe, this entire time. But Sweeting, even with only 2 tires, seems to still have some in the tank. 9 to go when we cross the line.
If you're Chuck, do you have enough on the outside to get around the leader? I don't know. Or maybe, or maybe get high in turn 2 and have a great run coming down the backstretch.
That could happen, but Yingling has been so good at guarding that bottom line around these turns that you're not going to get that nose underneath unless it's a run.
Well, maybe he can get close enough to rattle this cage.
We're going to go 8 to go here across the line. Yingling, Sweeting, Hunter, Mullins, and Whitley. Your top 5. Right now, our focus, your front 2. Larry Yingling in the number 67, Chuck Sweeting in the number 26. Yingling, our points leader, going into this race, the 2nd of the playoffs, 2nd of 4. Looking to extend that lead. Cedric Hunter come in to this race in 5th position in the playoffs. Would love nothing better than to pass Yingling now with 7 to go.
Yeah, if Yingling, even if he comes in 2nd, he's got a firm stronghold on the points going into the final 2 races.
Yeah, Bisson's back in 12th. Brian Johnson didn't even get to turn a lap. So our second and third in the playoffs, having not a good night. Poor Brian Johnson with his internet issues. We come out of 4. Sweeting, he is right there.
Yeah, I really wonder if he did take 2 tires.
Oh, he went down to the inside. He almost got the nose in on Yingling. If he tested that run with 6 to go. I'm curious on that as well, Joe. I think he might have just had a really, really fast pit stop.
Yeah, you got to credit the crew.
And so we come across the line now. It's going to be 5 to go. And Sweeting is biding his time. We've seen him make a run up on Yingling a few different times. And Ice is going to get in that draft and make another one here. We come down the backstretch. Let's close the gap to 0.2 of a second. Taking into 3 and 4, they have extended their lead over Cedric Hunter for well over a second. So it's a 2-person race at the moment.
Yeah, if I'm Chuck, I don't wait until the last lap. I go now. And if I can't make it now, I go on the next lap. I do everything I can to get around it, but this time's running out.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the less opportunities you're going to have. We're now 3.5 to go as we go into 3 and 4. Yingling and Sweeting will ride nose to tail. We go across the line. It is 3 to go. Larry Yingling looking to extend that points lead and get his first win of the playoffs. Chuck Sweeting looking to get his first win of the season. Right up to the backside is Sweeting.
That's one of sizing him up.
I mean, he had such a good run right there, and he's right. Look at him right there on the tail end. It will be 2 to go now.
I duck
2
in
to
right
go.
now.
Sweeting goes to the inside.
And
Sweeting
stay
on
there.
the inside of 1 and 2. He's got the nose in. He's got to hold it here. The front wheels of Sweeting equal to the rear wheels of Larry Yingling as we make it into turn number 3. Sweeting dives it to the inside. Yingling working that seam as we come out of 4. It will be 1 to go. Larry Yingling and Chuck Sweeting will race 1.5 miles for victory here at Charlotte. We go into 2. Yingling with a strong run. He's going to come out in front of Sweeting. Sweeting now going to fall behind Yingling as we go into 3. Chuck Sweeting trying to figure out what move he's going to make here. We go into 3, about to come out of 4. Yingling will hug that bottom line, and Sweeting will not have anything for him. Larry Yingling will come away with the victory. Chuck Sweeting will be in 2nd. Cedric Hunter 3rd. John Mullins 4th. Mark Whitley will finish in 5th position. Larry Yingling raced a heck of a race here tonight.
Yeah, he definitely showed that he was the strongest car. Early, I think he just bided his time and stayed out of trouble, and rose to the top here at the end. And you gotta give the 26 some great credit for giving him a great challenge. But when everything was on the line, Larry Yingling, he's gonna be your champion.
Larry Yingling doing some donuts across the start-finish line now, and will come away with the victory here tonight at Charlotte. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to bring our top 3 drivers up and discuss the events tonight and next week at Pocono when we come back to World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And welcome back to World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. As, man, what a race we had tonight at Charlotte. Let's get to our post-race interviews now, as we will bring up our third-place finisher, Mr. Cedric Hunter. Cedric, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
Man, you had a strong car, a strong strategy, a strong line this entire race. And then we came down to the end, and just not enough to hold off Larry. Tell me about your strategy coming in tonight.
My strategy was kind of just to see where I was pacing myself. I got a new wheel earlier this week, and as you saw in the race yesterday, I personally feel like it's made me quicker. So I kind of want to see for the playoffs where it's going to kind of put me in the field, and I'd say it went pretty dang good considering I don't think I've really led a lap this whole season, and I came out tonight and I led quite a few, and I was running in contention for a win. The car and stuff felt good. I'd probably say up until lap 100 in the race. After that, I couldn't save a right front to save my life. So I'm assuming it was just the rubber and stuff that got placed down, and then I couldn't drive it, especially after 15 laps. But Larry had wicked speed all race. I knew he was the guy to beat coming into this race. It's unfortunate Brian couldn't show up due to internet problems and stuff, but it was a really good race.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And, you come in fifth in the playoff standing, finished third here tonight. Larry's going to come away with a pretty sizable lead, but you've increased your playoff standings here tonight. So congratulations on an excellent run. Anyone you'd like to say hello to or give a shout out to, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to shout you guys out. You guys put on a really good broadcast, and Lee, those intros though, they're really good. So thank you for that. I want to shout out all the drivers that showed up tonight, all the admins, my team on Cat 5. I want to shout out everyone watching, and thank everyone out there for supporting not only the broadcast but also the league. I also really want to shout out the 95 of Alex there. Setting that pick on me in the last run was awesome. I appreciate that, and I'll remember that in the future.
Well, strong words from a strong driver. The 13 of Cedric Hunter finishing third here tonight. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
And that was Cedric Hunter. We're going to bring up Chuck Sweeting now, as Chuck finishing second tonight. Chuck, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Hey, Lee. How's it going?
Man, I tell you what, I've watched you this entire season, and you have shown glimpses of brilliance. But it always seems like an incident that is not of your doing. Tend to always get in the way. Tonight, you were able to avoid those and have an excellent run. What did it feel like out there on the track?
It was a lot of fun. Car setup was tough. Competition was tough, of course, but I had a lot of fun. I had to really work hard to save tires, and I learned early on that if I saved them early, I could run the guys back down. But man, every time I did, we'd get a caution or something. So they just didn't fall right for me tonight. And then at the end there, I just wanted to make sure I raced very clean. He always races everybody clean, so I didn't want to risk getting into him, and it's too tough to pass on the low side, especially against somebody that good. But overall, it was just a really, really good race.
Hey Chuck, this is Joe McAdory here. Tell me, going into the last couple of laps, what was your strategy? What's going through your mind? How are you going to get around the leader and win this race?
I was just driving as hard as I absolutely could. And I just, I could get a run on him coming off of turn 4, and he would give me room on the bottom, but it's so hard to pass on the bottom. When you pinch the car down like that, you lose that momentum, and the guy on the top side carries it. And, I probably could have run him in the turn 1 hard and pushed him up the track or something, but if you do that, you risk both of you, reckon. So I thought I'd play it safe and race him with respect. But yeah, I was giving it everything I had the last probably 10, 12 laps there.
Now, question I got for you, and then we'll let you go, sir. The last pit stop, we were having a discussion because you had a very quick pit stop. Was it 2 tires and fuel? Was it 4 tires and no fuel? Or was it just an extremely fast stop?
It was 2 tires. I had just pitted before that caution and only ran about a lap and a half, so I could have just stayed out, but I wanted to go ahead and get the 2 right side tires just in case it gave me a slight edge, and I knew most of the rest of the field was going to pit, so I didn't want to be, even at a slight disadvantage on the tires. But yeah, it was definitely 2. I had good pit stops all night long, though.
Well, another outstanding job, and tonight you podium finish and get to come up here and chit chat with us. Anyone you'd like to say hello to that might be watching out there?
I just want to thank everyone with the league for all the hard work they do, putting this on every week, and it's been a pleasure all season long. And of course, you guys at Freaky Fast for the awesome broadcast you do. Hopefully, I will have a sponsor announcement in the next couple of weeks, so maybe we'll see a new paint scheme on this car before the end of the season.
Well, that's outstanding news. So yeah, congratulations there, Chuck, on a second place finish. Next week we're at Pocono. Tell me what we can expect.
Pocono, I like Pocono a lot. Very tricky track. That's why they call it the Tricky Triangle. Sometimes I can get in a groove and run really well there. Sometimes I'll struggle with turn 2. Turn 1 and turn 3, usually pretty good at, but I'll have some decent speed, I think. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun track.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chuck. Congratulations again, and we will see you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
And that's Chuck Sweeting, our second place finisher tonight, as we bring up not only tonight's victor, but our points leader exiting tonight, entering tonight, everything, Mr. Larry Yingling. Larry is leading a booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
I referred to you as having ultra instinct tonight. It seemed like, had a stronger car than everyone. It seemed like you had a better line than everyone. It seemed like that there were times where you were just kind of laying back and playing the game of the long runs. Tell me your strategy going into tonight, because whatever you did, not only did it work because of the victory, but you could just see it play out throughout the entire race.
Yeah, really good race. The Charlotte's one of my best track, if not my best track, so I know pretty much what to do, especially long race. I knew coming in, as long as nothing bad happened, I at least had a very good shot at getting a lot of points. And just at the start of the race, I tried to lead a lap, get a point. But once Joseph and Mark got to me, I let them go, try and save tires the best I can. I know iRacing updated the tire last week or something, and I could tell the difference from tire cooling. Just once I cooled the tires down, I had more grip than them, at least it seemed like, unless they were saving tires. And just kept doing that the whole night, and as it got better at night.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's some great runs. Joe McAdory joining us here in the booth. Joe, I know you got some questions from that awesome race for Larry.
Yeah, Larry, the last couple of laps, Chuck was able to get inside you. What was going through your head there at the end? I know, did you think you could hold them off, or were you feeling a threat there? Was there any threat whatsoever, or were you just playing cat and mouse with him?
Oh, he definitely had me worried. I pretty much watched him the whole race in my mirror. Because he would save tires a lot, and he would start charging up to the field. But by the time he got to me, it would be pit stops or caution or something. But that last restart there, I had to battle Brandon and Cedric pretty hard, and I felt like I was destroying that right front tire of mine. So I knew, based on earlier in the race, no matter what, Chuck would have more right front than me, but he had a lot more than me. I had to battle him. And it seemed like he was just chilling behind us, just letting us battle it out and pick him off one by one. But I knew just hit my marks and do not give him the outside. If I gave him the outside, it would have been over.
But do you feel like now with this win, you were the points leader coming in, and now you win the race again, and there were some misfortune, let's say, for the guys in second and third coming in points. And do you feel like now you've got a complete, firm grasp of the championship trophy?
I don't think firm. I know I'm definitely going to wrap my car in bubble wrap the next 2 weeks and stay away from people. But I'd hate that Brian had problems, like I think internet issues or power outage or something. Bison had some trouble, and just a huge points day overall for me.
Yeah, it absolutely was, with Bisson finishing back in the pack in 12th spot. Brian Johnson with his internet issues. Mark Whitley finished 5th. And then Cedric Hunter finishing 3rd. Those were 4th and 5th in the standings. So to see the points shake up will be an interesting thing. Now, you talked about wrapping your car in bubble wrap. Is that your plan the next 2 weeks, is to just stay out of trouble and finish as high as you can? Or is that competitive nature that I've seen throughout this season going to come out, and you're going to be racing for some more wins?
I think I'm going to take it a little bit more easier than normal, but overall, I somewhat take it easy. I don't really do much risking the car the whole season, so just keep doing what I'm doing, and I mean, it's gotten me to this point.
Well, Larry, bubble wrap could be a really interesting paint scheme.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, me. Well, congratulations, Larry. Next week we're at Pocono. What can we expect from the Tri-Oval track?
I love that track too. Hopefully nothing happens in that tunnel turn, especially on restarts. But I just want to shout out my teammates this race, Levi Cox and Cody Cox, and also shout out to Tun Muffin. He watched the race today, and glad to win the race. Thank you guys for the broadcast as always.
Awesome. Well, Larry, congratulations on your victory, and we will see you next week at Pocono with bubble wrap in tow.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And that's the 67 of Larry Yingling, your victor tonight, not only here at Charlotte, but leading in those points as we get ready to look at our finishing order tonight here at Charlotte. Larry Yingling will come away with the victory. In second position is, there we go, and my stuff was slow, Chuck Sweeting. Third will be Cedric Hunter, and fourth, John Mullins. Fifth will be Mark Whitley. Jeff Gilmore finishes in sixth. Zach Hall in seventh. Troy Torgerson in eighth. Richard Swaverly will finish ninth. Levi Cox in 10th. Dave Acacia in 11th. Alex Bisson in 12th. Bob Skinner 13th. Joseph McWhorter 14th. Brandon Cotley 15th. Cody Cox 16th. Man, Cotley had a rough night. Brandon Mullen in 17th. James Hackworth Jr. will finish in 18th. And then Jonathan Smith in 19th. Vernon Marjam in 20th. And Brian Johnson did not start. So that will wrap it up for this evening, and another great night of racing, guys, here at the World Series of Sim Racing.
That is correct. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. You always know what to do to support the channel. We do much appreciate it up here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight, like I said, here at World Series of Sim Racing. Tomorrow we'll be live at 7:50 with the final race of the championship with Sim Racing Unleashed as they take on Chicago. It's going to be a fun race to watch, see who crowns that championship after a long season with Sim Racing Unleashed. Tomorrow night around 11 o'clock, we will announce our champion. But Lee, Joe, up here in the booth here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, we like to say God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.